You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I'm Sunshinery. Make sure to subscribe and like this video.
And tame, oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are here with Chapter 9 from Rachel Goes Rogue, Rachel Leviss. And it is titled Rumor Has It. Now, when I hear that, I just think, Rumor Has It, that song. It says for the show notes, Rachel addresses head-on rumors that have begun to float around about her. So, let's not waste any time. Make sure you hit this like button down below and also hit subscribe and then go back and hit notifications all so you can get notified every time I post a video or go live. Let's get into these rumors.
Hey guys, this is Rachel Savannah Leviss, your host of Rachel Goes Rogue. There are a few misconceptions that keep popping up that I just wanted to clarify in today's episode. I'm here with one of my iHeart producers, and we're just going to jumpstart this discussion. Let's get into it. First, people are claiming that I would not be watching season 11 of Vanderpump Rules, which I did not say that. I said that watching it would be a trigger for me, but I have things in place to keep me emotionally regulated as I watch it and process it with a therapist. But I am watching the season because I am very much still a focal point of their narrative. And I'm not just going to bury my head in the sand and like ignore everything that's going on. Like when people are talking about me and saying my story for me, I feel like I should have the ability to speak for myself. And I'm doing it in a way that is safer for my well-being. I'm doing it in a way that I'm able to articulate how I actually feel and be vulnerable without being talked over by other people. And I think that's the most authentic way I can represent myself. So I'll continue watching and I'll continue podcasting.
So I'm not really sure why she really needed to address this again, because she's addressed it enough, in my opinion. Chapter 1, she even addressed this, where she said it was going to be a scary decision to do a podcast because it was opening that door again for the scrutiny and judgment. But she felt obligated to herself to do it so she could stand up for herself. And she would rather speak the truth and share her story. And then if that's ridiculed afterwards, then so be it. But she wanted to see how the new season pans out and get her story across by what's being said and done in the new season. She also did say that she would be ultimately working with her therapist to watch season 11 and be able to express her opinions with the situations that are being brought up in season 11. And maybe this is where people got confused in chapter 1, but she also said, and I quote because I'm reading it from the transcript, with just situations that I've been through in my life, if I don't want to see something, then I don't have to watch it. And if I don't watch it, then I don't have to know what's going on. But by her watching it, she's still involving herself in their lives and having that opinion in their lives from watching the show about how she's feeling about things. And she also said, and clearly I know that they're going to resolve a lot of things within season 11 regarding the affair and everything that happened, but she would rather people hear from her about how she feels regarding everything that she sees in season 11, especially the things that do involve her per se. I also do know that Katie and Lala both have said, like, if she had something to say about the season, why didn't she just come back and do the season? And I have agreed with them because I do feel like they all have gone through their own issues within life, and they've all had to be on camera to resolve those issues that are going on with their life. And it does kind of seem in that same sense that Rachel took the easy way out by not doing the season and not having to address things on the show though she's now doing a podcast addressing the things that are happening in this new season, though she didn't want to be a part of it. So I get where that is all coming from. I just feel like she really didn't need to address this again, considering it that she's addressed this numerous times. I mean, she even addressed it, like I said, in chapter 1. She started off by addressing that, and she's continuously been addressing it. So I just think that was a stupid rumor that she addressed. There are much other different rumors I'd like to get into, which we will, because there are more. Though this is, I will say, this is a very short episode. When I actually put the audio in, like, after I did the intro, I was like, holy shit, 5 minutes? Now, it's a total of like 12 with all of the advertisements and things like that, but really it's like a total of 9 minutes total for this podcast. So it's going to be a short one, guys. I just want to say that too.
Some people have also thrown around the phrase best friend when it comes to you and Ariana. You've already talked about this before, but I want to know, what did you look at your relationship with Ariana like?
Okay, so Lisa mentioned the best friend thing, saying Tom wasn't thinking of shagging Ariana's best friend or whatever. I think for me, when people use the word best friend to define Ariana and my friendship, I tend to automatically get defensive with that, because for me, I didn't consider her a best friend, and I didn't think that she considered me a best friend. You know, like that's why I'm saying like we weren't best friends. But your level of friendship doesn't really determine how bad the action is. Like the action is the action, and it's unacceptable no matter what the relationship is. But I also acknowledge that maybe for Ariana, she viewed me as a best friend, even though my definition of a best friend would be somebody that I'm calling often and like, you know, talking to, filling in details of my day. And we didn't have that type of friendship. So when the term best friend was being put out there, like that's the reason why I wanted to defend myself.
And I have talked about this too in the comments with some people. And like I said on many different occasions in my commentary on these podcasts and things about Rachel, I said, if Ariana considered her a best friend, then that is her truth. And if Rachel did not consider her a best friend, that's her truth. Both truths can be right. One person can feel one way and the other can feel the other. I also said that I do think that they were friends. They were closer friends than maybe other people in that group. And maybe that's why some people considered them best friends, because they were closer compared to other people in the group. You wouldn't say that Rachel was best friends with Lala or best friends with Katie or best friends with Schwartz. Like, you know what I mean here? I am glad that she can acknowledge that the action at hand, whether you are a best friend or a friend, close or not, the action at hand is wrong, period. You are breaking what they call girl code, but you are also morally doing something that is so looked down upon. It's not right. It is not right to do at all. And she acknowledged that, and I can appreciate that. And I can acknowledge her even saying, too, like, if Ariana felt like we were best friends, then I can respect that, but that's not how I felt a best friend was. And I can see her opinion as well. Like I said, I do think they were friends, and what happened between them was completely fucked up and wrong, and it will always be that. Now, growing from this experience will change a person's perspective on a person and what they have done. We're all not perfect. We've all made mistakes. We've all done things probably that we're not proud of. And it's how you move on from that and how you grow from that experience and how you change as a human being. And she is showing change as a human being in what she had done that had caused hurt for a lot of people. Not just the people involved, but the people that watched the show as well. It hurt a lot of people.
Do you feel like they weaponized that phrase towards you?
Yeah, I feel like they painted more of a diabolical picture with saying that we were best friends. And it was like that ultimate betrayal. which it still is an ultimate betrayal, honestly, because she trusted me as a friend, and I had a duty to her as a friend to not overstep this clear boundary. Like, yes, I knew that Tom and Ariana were in a relationship, yet I acted on my impulses without consideration to how it would affect her feelings and how it would emotionally damage her. So I really am sorry for crossing that boundary and violating Ariana's trust. As we talk about it more too, I feel like maybe I was getting defensive as a way to cognitively distance myself, because it is such a difficult concept for me to wrap my brain around. Like, how could I actually be capable of doing something like that, betraying a friend like that? So I really do want to take accountability for my actions.
Now, I'm somebody that even if I might not like you and don't like what you have to say about things, I can still give credit where credit is due. And I can say that I give Rachel a lot of credit right here because she apologized and she took accountability, something that Tom Sandoval has not yet done. And that is the big issue with everybody and Tom Sandoval, is that he has not said he was sorry. He has not taken accountability for his actions. And even if he does say, I'm sorry, there's always a but. But Ariana made me feel like this. But Ariana downgraded me and made me feel so little, and she belittled me. Like, he still put his actions onto her when it had nothing to do with her. And he just needs to apologize. I give her a lot of credit, and maybe Sandoval can listen to this and take some advice from Rachel. You know, say you're sorry, take accountability, and then shut the fuck up. Literally. Like, that's being nice about it. Like, this is all people want, is for him to be like, I am so sorry. Like, I did not want for this to happen. I did not want to hurt her. I know that my actions caused her pain. I know that I wasn't thinking clearly, and I acted upon those bad thoughts, and I chose to do what I did. I chose to continue the affair. I chose to keep going with it for months and months and lie and lie. That's what people want. And he has yet to do that. She has shown way more growth with everything that's happened than he has. And I can credit her for that. And I also agree, she was being very defensive when people started saying, well, you hurt your best friend. And it was a way for her to deflect and kind of push herself away from the situation and kind of distance herself. And I'm happy that she can acknowledge that and admit that as well. That's another thing I can give her credit for, that she saw her actions and why she was being defensive, why she was saying the things she was, and it was to deflect and push herself away from everything in that sense. And that's not an easy thing to do, is to admit that, and she did.
I do wonder, though, what it feels like when other cast members who have kind of been in similar situations to you kind of negate what they did because they say they weren't friends or it wasn't in the friend group.
Right. For example, Lala at the reunion, you know, when I came to her saying, look, you don't have a leg to stand on because you slept with James while we were together. That was coming from a place of defending myself because I felt like she was out of line for criticizing me. And in turn, she said, we weren't friends. I met you, and the moment I met you, I hated you. And, you know, it's like, okay, so are you excusing your actions because we weren't friends? It's still messed up. And I think for this situation with Ariana, it is so messed up because we actually were friends, but I enjoyed hanging out with her and I enjoyed hanging out with Tom. And I feel like that's why it got so messy, because I really did care about both of them, even though I threw that friendship away selfishly by putting my needs before hers.
Now, I don't think that Lala was excusing her actions, but more trying to say that it was a different situation. Her and Rachel were never friends. I think season 10 was like the only time she really tried to get along with her, and it just didn't work. Lala understands it wasn't right. She has admitted it wasn't right. She's also taken accountability in her own form of taking accountability, but she has taken accountability for what she's done. She even apologized to Rachel about it in season 10. And I think with everything she was going through, it was her way of making amends for the wrongs that she did in her own life. And with Rachel saying, like, she put her needs before Ariana, that's not what happened, darling. Yeah, you put your needs first, but you should have never even crossed that boundary knowing he was in a relationship. It's not like you didn't know the guy was in a relationship. Like, for instance, Oliver. Rachel thought that he was no longer with his baby mama because that's what he had said. And then come to find out, they were still seeing each other at that point. Or they had a very situationship going on. And he wasn't very honest about the situationship. You know what I mean? It's the same with even Tom going to James. Well, you fucked Kristen when we were friends. And James on Watch What Happens Live, which I would love to play it for you, but every time I play a Watch What Happens Live clip, they always copyright claim me. So I will link it down below for you. I don't know if they actually have it on the Watch What Happens Live YouTube channel, but if you didn't see it on Watch What Happens Live, he does say it is a different situation. He, at that point, only knew Tom for 3 months. Now this is like how many years later where they have this bond together. He felt like he was an older brother in that sense, and here is this guy that he actually loves and cares about, has gotten to know, hurting him in that sense. And that's breaking guy code, in my opinion, as well. I don't know. These people, their dynamic is so different than anything that I dealt with in real life. Though there are people that I've had happen, like this has happened in my real life to me and with other people. It's never been this crazy. It's never been where everyone's sleeping with everyone's ex. Well, Southern Hospitality, that's a great example right there. It's a small town in Charleston, but yet they all sleep with everyone's exes. Like, it's a merry fucking go round. I don't know. Is this something that you guys experience in your real life? Let me know down below. Or is this just something that maybe other people experience that we just thankfully never had to deal with?
All right, this one is a little bit random, but I've been seeing this all over TikTok lately, and I wanted to know what is going on with the whole pasta thing. It's not about the pasta. If it's not about the pasta, what is it about, Rachel? Can you tell me more about this pasta?
Okay, yes. Pasta is not code word for any substances. It's not. It really was about the pasta, you guys. So I was working one night at Sir, and Lala was there with Logan and some friends, and I had my employee meal, which was the penne siciliane with capers, pine nuts, and olives. Delicious. If you want to add a protein, I highly recommend the shrimp chef's kiss. They don't have it on the menu anymore, unfortunately. But at the time, that was the pasta that I ordered. And I don't really remember it clearly. I think I had a few bites and I had to go run off to one of my tables, and Lala ate the rest of my pasta. So it became like a bigger thing on season 6 of Vanderpump Rules because James is trying to make the point that it's not about the pasta, it's about you disrespecting my girlfriend by eating her pasta and laughing about it because she's belittled me for years. And that was the point that he was trying to make, that it's not about the pasta, it's about your disrespect. But people thought, like, there's no way this is actually about pasta. They can't be this passionate about someone eating someone else's pasta. So yeah, it's not code word for anything, guys. We can put that rumor to bed now.
It's not about the pasta! Listen, I have never heard that before, that pasta was a code word for something like possibly drugs. But then again, I do see some things on TikTok, but not everything. I just think that's a crazy rumor. But I can also maybe see what people are talking about. Though if you watched the episode, you would clearly understand what really went down. And that dish does sound really good, minus the shrimp. I'm not a shrimp person, but it does sound very good, and I'm kind of upset that Sir doesn't serve it anymore. Because where can I find a dish like that? Not at the Olive Garden, that's for sure. I want to know though, what are your favorite pasta dishes? I'm Italian. I love pasta. I love my pasta all different types of ways. Actually, my gram just made some lasagna, as she says. So I will be having lasagna tonight. So it is about the pasta for me. But let me know down below what your favorite pasta dish are.
So, one of the other misconceptions that I keep hearing is that I'm changing the reason why I didn't go back to Vanderpump Rules. First, it was the money, then it was Ariana, then it was my mental health. And can we just like clear that up really quick? When you're making a life decision like this, you are weighing every single pro and every single con. There are multiple reasons why I didn't go back. Come on, guys. I feel like you're picking and choosing which ones I'm saying in the moment, like I'm changing it to try to appease whoever. I just want you to know that there are many reasons, and I've been explaining them as we go on. Yeah, I did want to know, what type of money are we talking here? Am I going to be able to financially support myself for all the therapy that I will need doing this show? But at the end of the day, there's no amount of money that they could offer me to go back and risk all of the work that I have done on myself. There's no way I would have any form of healthy relationships with any of the cast members. So why would I go back to that environment? It would be toxic any which way you look at it, and it would further me from reality, which I'm trying to get back to. So I just want to clear that up once and for all.
Like I said, it was a short one, and honestly, in my opinion, I really don't see this episode as being needed. I could see where she wanted to address some of the rumors, but it really didn't address anything that was said in the last episode, which that's what I was thinking it was about. And instead it was like stupid rumors that we've already heard, and she's kind of already explained herself. Now, with this last rumor that she is talking about, I can see where people are coming from. I can, because it does seem like she has changed her reason numerous times. And I can also understand what she is saying, where when you are making a life decision, you weigh out the pros and cons. You kind of sit down, make a list, and you weigh out the pros and you weigh out the cons. And you see what is best for you. Now, when she was on Bethany Frankel, it did come across that if they had paid her the amount of money that she wanted, she would have gone back. And maybe, yeah, back then in August, if they had paid her, she probably would have come back. She did say that in the podcast. And she said it in other podcasts like hers here. And I think what is confusing people is she keeps adding on to it. If there were other reasons, she should have named them all. She should have said, I was considering going back, but there were many reasons why I also considered not. And these are the reasons why. Because of the money situation. Because I felt bad for Ariana and having to put her in that situation. I mean, I can see where people are coming from, thinking that she is just making new excuses for why she didn't come back for this season. And I can understand her saying, like, I weighed out the pros and cons, and these were the cons and why I did not go back. And I can understand that. People do pick apart everything you say. Even my little commentary bits, people pick apart everything I say. It happens. It's what happens when you put yourself out there, and people are allowed to scrutinize what you say. And sometimes you do need to elaborate a little bit so that way people have a better understanding. But this is it for chapter 9. Rumor has it. What do you guys think about this episode? Let me know down below. Let me know if there are any rumors that you would have rather heard her clear up. or if you think that these were all good rumors that she cleared up and that you learned something from this. I love getting to chat with you in the comments, and I will be starting to do lives with you all. So please make sure you are subscribed with your notifications set to all so you can get notified when I go live. I want a lot of you to be there when I go live, so that way we can all have very healthy discussions about Vanderpump Rules. And I will be putting out my thoughts and opinions on episode 2 and 3, so stay tuned for that video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Enjoy some pasta and love life. And I hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day as well. I will see you guys again very soon. Bye, everyone.
Hey James, I literally said that Raquel said, do you want some of my pasta? And it was
We're
devoured
not
by
talking about the damn pasta. Get over it. You've always been a to Raquel. Stop.
Are you literally saying that because I told you I ate some of her pasta?
Honey, you that man because he pays for your rent.
You know what? You can't say whatever the you want. Learn your place, mother. You're gonna learn real quick when you look next to you and I'm not there anymore.
Stop.
So know how to talk to somebody when they're your friend. I'm out. Have an amazing day.
Well, when am I gonna talk to you again?
Stop.
That didn't end well.
Go talk to her right now. Go. Are you kidding me? Lala, listen, I'm sorry. I told you that I ate Raquel's pasta and that's how you come for me? What the is wrong with you?
Oh my god, it's not about the pasta! Get over the pasta!
It was a joke.
Read between the lines!
Stop coming for people that have your back.
It's not about the pasta!
It's not about the pasta, it's about Lala showing respect for my girlfriend. It goes hand in hand. Show some respect if you want to get it back. How does Lala expect me to respect her man when she can't even respect my lady, not giggle after you eat my girlfriend's plate of food?
It's not about the pasta!
Please get out of my face.
It's not about the pasta.
Stop touching me, don't touch me. Hold on, Lala. I'm sorry, can we just talk?
No, get out of my face. Bye.
It's not about the pasta.
On your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change. You'll break your